A to G Master Super Edison 1 Detective Camp Chapter 3 Meadowlucy is living in Darby Lodge, where she cleans out poor old paintings, Daisy Darby said. How are they coming, my dear? The woman bowed slightly. Very well, Mr. Derby, she said with a French accent. Only a few more, and then I'll be gone, and you will have your dining room back again. May we watch you clean a painting? Bruce Rose asked. Perhaps, Meadowlucy Moosey said. If you have some free time later, come to visit me, yes? Mrs. Derby, do you have a moment? Of course, Meadowlucy, said Mr. Derby said. Okay, gang, let's get some of Mario's cookies, Luke said, heading back toward the kitchen. As they followed, he noticed that Buzzy was no longer in the group. Shrugging, they kept walking. As he entered the kitchen, he smelled something wonderful and his mouth began to water. Mario stood by his work table, smiling. In front of him was platter piled high with warm cookies. One to a customer, Mario said. He twirled the ends of the mustache and wiggled his dark eyebrows. Everyone laughed and took a cookie as they filtered past. Outside again, the kids at the picnic tables ate their cookies. Suddenly, a white and brown goat shot around the corner of the barn. He had a beard, short horns, and pointed black hooves. Ronald the rooster was perched on the goat's back, flapping his wings. Everyone is remote, Anja said. I think he wants a cookie. Watch this. The kids all stood up at Raymond and Ronald on his back approached the kitchen door. He buttoned the door with his hat. A few seconds later, Mario appeared with a cookie in his hand. He gave a small piece to Ronald and fed the rest to the goat. Awesome, Josh said. Okay, kids, there's an hour left for supper, Luke said. If you're not unpacked, that will be a good way to spend this time. If your cabin needs more time coming with your cheer, you can do that. We'll meet here at 5 o'clock. What do you want to do? Josh shouting at Ruth. Fox Cabin is having a meeting to finish our cheer, Ruth said. If we get through before 5, I'll look for you guys. She gathered and joined a bunch of girls at other table. Why don't we go exploring? Asked Josh. There would behind the cabins. Dink and Josh headed for the cabins when she walked toward the back. Wait a sec, Josh said. I want to grab my sketchbook. They scuttled on the porch and pushed open the screen door. Buzzy Still was kneeling on the floor next to one of the bunk beds. He jumped up when he heard Dink and Josh come in. Looking embarrassed, Buzzy moved toward his own bed. I dropped my pen, Buzzy said. It rolled onto Hunter's bed. Buzzy left some papers on your own bed and showed them to Dink and Josh. These are daily schedules. You guys want to tack on one at the door? I'll bring the others to move to Angie and Luke. Handing Dink the paper and the stop bag, Buzzy left the cabin. That was weird, Josh said after Buzzy had gone. Dink glanced at the schedule. What? He said. Buzzy's snooping around here. That's what, Josh said. Josh, he wasn't snooping, Dink said. He lived in the cabin, and he was getting his pen. You're the snoop. Yeah, so was the pen, he said, rolled on the bed. Josh asked. He wasn't carrying it when he left. Come on, we only got 45 minutes, Dink said. Let's go see what dangerous animal is sleeping behind that cabin. At 5 o'clock, all 26 kids were seated at the picnic tables by the barn. Angie, Luke, and Buzzy carried the platters of food and pitchers of milk to the 3 tables. Everyone chattered as the food came out. Buzzy stood on his bench and blew his whistle. All else turned to him. Hi guys, he said. I hope you are ready to wear with your cheers. Let's have one now. One bit for dessert and one down and shed a leg later. Okay, who wants to be first? Moose Cabin, yelled Campbell. The 8 boys from Moose Cabin stood up in a mega circle. Mooses rock, mooses roll, mooses rule, they all shouted. Everyone else clapped or whistled. That was great, Luke said. Okay, let's eat. They began passing platters of hamburgers and rolls. Suddenly, a scream came from the kitchen. Before anyone could react, the door flew open and Mother Lucy rushed outside. "My ring," she said. "It's gone. I left on the work table and it vanished." Maria came up behind the upset woman. "We can search," she told her. "Could you have left somewhere else? Maybe in the sink when you wash your hands." "No," Mother Lucy insisted. "It was on my table in the dining room. I take it off because don't catch the rubber gloves I wear. I put it there this morning." Everyone stared. My parents gave me that ring," Lucy wailed. "It has since I was a girl." Then she turned and walked back into the lodge, wringing her hands. Dick looked at Josh, who nodded and raised his eyebrows. Dick knew that Josh was thinking the same thing was. Could the missing ring be hidden with Buzz's stealing lucky chest? "Come on, guys, let's finish our supper," Angie said. "I'm sure the ring will turn up somewhere." Just then the goat came around the corner. It sniffed the air and trotted off the ding table with mouth open. "Maybe the goat took the ring," one of the girls cried. "Last summer, my cousin Goat ate his watch." "How could Remote get in the lodge?" one of the bear cabin boys said. He's next in all the time," Mary said. "He locks on the door and hasn't worked in years. He just butts it open. I have to keep the food up high so he doesn't steal it all." "I'll call of that later," Luke said. "Maybe we can get Remote x-rayed." When Dick looked up, Josh was staring at him. He was slowly shaking his head back and forth. Few kids began talking, and tension slowly drifted away. "Okay, who wants to go cheer next?" Buzzy called out. "They have finished the burgers and they're waiting for dessert." "We will," one of the girls answered. The 10 girls made a long line across the lawn. They had split into 3 groups. Ruth, Rose, and Jade made up the first group. The next group has 3 girls. There were 5 in the last. All 10 girls stood straight, facing the picnic tables. Suddenly they moved at the same time, changing their bodies to different shapes. At first, no one could figure out what the shapes were supposed to be. Each girl looked different as they bent their backs, arms, and legs. Then all the boys back came and laughed. "I know, they made a letter that spelled out, 'Go, Fox Cabin.'" Then everywhere else saw it. They began to cheer, Go, Fox!" That was terrific, Andrew said. "It was the best silent cheer I've never seen." "Now let's save ice cream." Lucy and Buzzy brought the tubes of the ice cream from the kitchen. They went around the table snooping vanilla or chocolate in the walls. "Save room for some more later," Andrew called out. "While you're eating, I'll read you tomorrow's schedule," Luke said. He read from the sheet. 7. Rise and shine. Rise and shine. Breakfast. 8. Breakfast. 9. Scalding box and tidy cabin. 9:30. Marvelous mystery. Map treasure hunt. Detective skills with Detective Rob. 12. Lunch. 1. Rest, write letters. 1:30. Camp activities. This is when you guys swim or do electric stuff. 3. Afternoon chores. 4. Free time. 5. Supper. 6. Campfire. 8:30. Quiet time in cabins. 9. In bed. 9:15. Lights out. "I'll be remember all that," Anne called out. "You'll find a copy of the schedule tag to your cabin door," Buzzy said. "Now who's ready for the campfire by the lake?"